All right, there's a lot going on as we lead up to the final days of the inauguration of President Donald Trump. Executive orders are flying around. His cabinet members, like Pete Hegseth, are going through confirmation hearings in the Senate. So much going on. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Daily News. As President Donald Trump prepares to return to the presidency, Republican Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming has predicted a swift and dramatic wave of executive action at the onset of Trump's second term. The first 100 days will be like nothing we've ever seen from a sitting president. He stated, when President Trump takes office next Monday, there is going to be shock and awe with executive orders, a blizzard of executive orders on the economy as well as on the border. Good. We want shock, we want awe, and we want change. That's what we want to see. So that's exactly what I'm hoping to be covering next Monday. Now, the senator stressed that these actions will come quickly and in large numbers, showing that the Trump administration will focus on getting immediate results rather than following the usual legislative process. He added that the priority is achieving Trump's goals, not the number of laws it takes to do so. I love that, right? So we're talking about progress versus momentum. We already have the momentum. Now we want the progress. I also saw that President Trump invited as many of the Republicans he could that have had issues with him in the past down for a private dinner at Mar-a-Lago. He wanted to dine with them in private and ask them what they hope to get out of his presidency. I believe President Trump is doing everything he can to unite the party around ideas and not whether you like him or not. I believe he wants to get a lot done for the country, and he knows that getting people united around big ideas is the way to do it. Now, today starts the confirmation process for all of the Trump administration positions. Pete Hegseth began his difficult task of being confirmed as the Secretary of Defense over the Pentagon and under Commander-in-Chief Donald Trump. Let me share his opening statement. I'm not going to do the full thing or the entire confirmation because it's hours long, but his opening statement was really, really incredible.
The Department of Defense under Donald Trump will achieve peace through strength. And in pursuing these America First national security goals, will remain patriotically apolitical and stridently constitutional. Unlike the current administration, politics should play no part in military matters. We are not Republicans, we are not Democrats, we are American warriors. Our standards will be high and they will be equal, not equitable. That's a very different word. We need to make sure every warrior is fully qualified on their assigned weapons system, every pilot's fully qualified and current on the aircraft they are flying, and every general or flag officer is selected for leadership or promotion purely based on performance, readiness, and merit. Leaders at all levels will be held accountable, and warfighting and lethality and the readiness of the troops and their families will be our only focus. This has been my focus ever since I first put on the uniform as a young Army ROTC cadet at Princeton University in 2001. I joined the military because I love my country and felt an obligation to defend it. I served with incredible Americans in Guantanamo Bay, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and on the streets of Washington, D.C., many of which are with me here today. This includes enlisted soldiers I helped become American citizens, and Muslim allies I helped immigrate from Iraq and Afghanistan. Because when I took off the uniform, my mission never stopped. Now, it is true and has been acknowledged that I don't have a similar biography to defense secretaries of the last 30 years. But as President Trump also told me, we've repeatedly placed people atop the Pentagon with supposedly the right credentials, whether they are retired generals, academics, or defense contractor executives. And where has it gotten us? He believes, and I humbly agree, that it's time to give someone with dust on his boots the helm. A change agent, someone with no vested interest in certain companies or specific programs or approved narratives. My only special interest is the warfighter. Deterring wars, and if called upon, winning wars by ensuring our warriors never enter a fair fight. We let them win and we bring them home. Like many of my generation, I've been there. I've led troops in combat. I've been on patrol for days. I've pulled the trigger downrange, heard bullets whiz by, flex-cuffed insurgents, called in close air support, led medevacs, dodged IEDs, pulled out dead bodies, and knelt before a battlefield cross. This is not academic for me. This is my life. I led then, and I will lead now. Ask anyone who's ever worked for me or with me. I know what I don't know. My success as a leader, and I very much look forward to discussing my organization's successes at Vets for Freedom and Concerned Veterans for America. I'm incredibly proud of the work that we've done. But my success as a leader has always been setting a clear vision, hiring people smarter and more capable than me, empowering them to succeed, holding everyone accountable, and driving toward clear metrics. Build the plan, work the plan, and then work harder than everyone else around you. I've sworn an oath to the Constitution before, and if confirmed, I will proudly do it again.
All right, Pete Hegseth goes on passionately to say how he wants to reform and improve the U.S. military. I can see why President Trump chose this person. Number one, experience. Number two, vision. Number three, probably my favorite. This guy isn't coming from Lockheed Martin. He's not coming from, some of these other military-industrial complex revolving door opportunities. This is a guy that understands the value of having a ready military presence, making sure we stack the deck in our favor to win, and then being tough so that we can deter and not go to war at all. So I think that this is going to be great, but let me know in the comments down below, do you think that he will get confirmed? In fact, I was just over on Kalshi. Remember that betting website I told you guys about for the presidential election? You can actually go on there and you can bet whether Pete Hegseth will be confirmed as Trump's Secretary of Defense, or is he going to have to pick someone like Ron DeSantis, or is he going to have to pick somebody like Mike Rogers? So you can definitely check that out. I also noticed you can bet on whether the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, will be recalled. You can also bet on whether Gavin Newsom will be recalled. And I got to tell you some good news. As of right now, it looks like he might get recalled. There are a ton of people that are absolutely furious with Gavin Newsom. And I think he should be recalled. And I think that Mayor Bass should step down. You can't control fire. You can't control the wind. But this is such mismanagement of water, resources, vehicles, people, budget, focus, intention. It's just absolutely crazy. But if you guys want to go check out Kalshi, I'll put a link down below. They've got a special offer going. But pretty dang cool that you can go and bet on whether those people will succeed or not. I think that's kind of cool, actually. All right, let me keep going on the news. Now, this is a big story. Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, has now claimed he will single-handedly toss Elon Musk out of the White House, despite holding no official role in Trump's incoming administration. During a recent interview, Steve Bannon of the War Room stated, "I will have Elon Musk ran out of here by Inauguration Day. Musk will not have a blue pass to the White House. He will not have full access to the White House. He will be like any other person. He is a truly evil guy, a very bad guy." Now, unfortunately for him, he holds no official power, so these statements are likely in vain. At the very most, I expect Bannon to counsel Trump on many issues, but kicking Elon Musk out, I don't think is going to be something that Donald Trump gives too much attention to. Look at all of the good that Elon has done. Twitter, helping get Trump elected, giving our brothers and sisters in North Carolina Starlink, the people trapped in Pasadena, Los Angeles, Starlink, donated billions of dollars for the Russia-Ukraine war. I mean, this guy has done so much for the world and the American people. Is he a difficult human? Yeah. He's a genius. He likely has autism. He has a very bold and stubborn personality. He's also exposing all kinds of corruption in Europe and the United Kingdom. They're trying to jail him, have him extradited. They literally sent people here to try to destroy Twitter. I'll be doing in another news broadcast how the United Kingdom secretly sent over 100 people from the Labor Party to try to get Kamala Harris elected, which is illegal. And now there's talks about having those people extradited to the United States and jailed. So I don't know. We'll see. Now, I think President Trump, in fact, I know President Trump is capable of receiving counsel from multiple people, multiple directions, different opinions, and he will make the final decision, good or bad. Now, I'm not fully sure why Steve Bannon has such issue with Elon Musk, but if I had to guess, I would say the rift started over the foreign visa drama that I covered on my show a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully, these two men can find common ground and move forward. I mean, even Charlemagne the God and Cenk Uygur of Young Turks, who used to vehemently oppose Donald Trump, are now saying, hey, listen, I don't agree with everything, but here's 5 or 6 issues that we have overlapped that we can work together to make America great again, whether that's the budget or immigration reform or Social Security reform, whatever it is. There is a way forward on the things we agree on, and then just let go to the side the things that we disagree on. Now is the time for unity and moving forward on what we can control, not getting bogged down in the minutia of what we can't control. Now, in regards to his reason for claiming Elon Musk is evil, Steve Bannon racially profiled him by claiming that South Africans are the most racist people on earth and should have no say on what goes on in the United States. I don't agree with that. There's a lot of really great foreigners that are now American citizens that have really great ideas. Can they become president? No. Can they share their good ideas? Absolutely. That's what makes America great. So I'm not giving up on Steve Bannon, and I'm not giving up on Elon Musk, and I'm certainly not giving up on Donald Trump and his ability to lead. All right, now shifting gears to national security. In a recent episode of CBS 60 Minutes, outgoing FBI Director Christopher Wray was questioned about China's infiltration of U.S. cyber and infrastructure, and his revelation may surprise you. Christopher Wray stated China's cyber program is the largest in the world and has stolen more of Americans' personal and corporate data than every nation combined. There's another part of the Chinese cyber threat that I think has not gotten the attention publicly that I think desperately deserves, and that is the Chinese government's pre-positioning on American civilian critical infrastructure to lie in wait on those networks to be in a position to wreak havoc and can inflict real-world harm at a time and place of their choosing. So in essence, Christopher Wray of the FBI has admitted that China has spies in the United States acting as civilians. One user on X criticized Christopher Wray for waiting so long to warn the American people and the government. He said, "Why did FBI Director Christopher Wray wait until his last interview on 60 Minutes to tell us that China has sleeper cells all over our country?" Now, I wonder if maybe Director Wray has been too busy hunting down January 6 grandmas that walked through the Capitol than just basically doing his job of keeping America safe, doing his job of letting us know, oh, there's 1,000 Al-Qaeda fighters in America. Oh, there's an entire Chinese army in America. Oh, China is literally spying and taking over our infrastructure, and they're gathering data on all of us. Hello, this would have been nice to know yesterday. Instead, he waits till his very last interview. I can't wait for this guy to be removed and to get out of the FBI. We need someone like Kash Patel, who is an America First patriot and cares about all of us, Democrat and Republican, being safe in the United States of America. All right, now, meanwhile, back in Washington, D.C., House Speaker Mike Johnson confirmed that discussions are underway to tie California wildfire aid to a debt limit increase. He stated, "There's been water mismanagement. There's been forest management mistakes. State and local leaders are derelict in their duties. I think there should be conditions on that aid." Exactly. Like, why should my tax money bail out California when California's leaders are most of the reason for this problem? So save California, hold the leaders accountable, just as Charlie Kirk mentioned yesterday, as I mentioned on my show, what Charlie Kirk said. Now, hopefully this huge failure on behalf of California officials causes many people in America, especially California, to wake up and stop voting blue. Their own woke ideologies are causing common sense safety measures like having water in the fire hydrants. Hello, that's a big deal. You're literally paying somebody $750,000 to have water in the hydrants. Now, this is crazy to me. It's crazy. Now, Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank, the guy who wants to buy TikTok and save it, wants to float an idea to President Trump about California aid. He said, "I think every taxpayer in America, including those in California, would like to tie this aid to removing Newsom and Karen Bass. I know Trump likes new ideas. Here's one. Not a dime until those two are whacked from their jobs immediately. They are so incompetent in all of the decisions they've made that led to this, and they're still making mistakes. They're horrific managers. Whack them." Now, let me know what you think. If we're going to bail out California and help our brothers and sisters in California, don't you think it should come with one clause? Get rid of Newsom and Bass. They're literally the worst. They've done a horrible job, and they have to be gotten rid of. But let me know over in the comments. While you do, I want to tell you about our sponsor. Hey, are you overwhelmed by back taxes or unfiled tax returns? Well, get ready, because since COVID relief ended, the IRS hired 20,000 new enforcement agents, proposing millions of pay-up notices for 2025. If you're worried about IRS collection tactics, you don't have to face them alone. Tax Network USA is here to help. Tax Network USA is the nation's premier tax relief firm and has negotiated over $1 billion in tax relief for Americans. Now, our services include penalty forgiveness, hardship programs where you might not have to repay anything until your tax debt expires, and an offer in compromise solution for lump sum settlements. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, having an expert help you get through the IRS is one of the smartest things you can do for your family. Even if you're behind on taxes due to missing personal or business records, Tax Network USA can guide you through the process. Do not work with the IRS on your own. They are not your friend, but Tax Network USA is. Tax season is long over, and for the IRS, this means it's now collection season. Contact Tax Network USA for personalized support today. Handling IRS matters without professional help is too risky. Use my friends at Tax Network USA. You can call them at 800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/Gardner. Again, do not contact them by yourself. You run the risk of walking into a booby trap. All right, now besides that, House Republicans have not yet agreed on how to handle the debt ceiling in the coming months, with many fiscal conservatives insisting on significant spending cuts before agreeing to raise it. Representative Johnson from Louisiana has suggested including a debt ceiling increase in the large budget reconciliation bill that Republicans are pushing for, which aims to implement new policies on border security, energy, and taxes. If Congress doesn't approve a bill to raise the debt ceiling soon, the United States could default on their $36 trillion of national debt. Many economists say this would harm the country's reputation and the global economy. So it has to be done. And it makes me so angry that Democrats and Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen have purposely left Donald Trump in a bad financial position so that he has to make decisions that are difficult for the country instead of giving him what he needs in order to run the country efficiently. Now, while the Treasury Department hasn't said exactly when the U.S. might run out of borrowing room, some experts believe it will happen as early as June. This timeline would, of course, fall on Donald Trump and make him look bad. So Democrats aren't rushing to fix it. In fact, they hope it falls apart. This is the evil of the Democrat Party. They are willing to destroy America, even if it just means ruling over the ashes of America. Now, instead of focusing on what should be, California Governor Gavin Newsom recently struck a major agreement with far-left Democrats in the state legislature to allocate $50 million to counter Trump administration efforts to deport illegal immigrants. Okay, let me slow down for a second. So a major city has burned down. There's like $150 billion of damage. Insurance companies pulled out. There's no water. There's no rebuilding plan. You guys have the Olympics coming up. You have a big soccer thing coming up. Like, there's so much going on. And Gavin Newsom takes time with the state legislature to try to pass a bill to give them money to fight legal battles against Donald Trump deporting illegal immigrants. California, are you even part of America anymore? The deal includes $25 million for the California Department of Justice to challenge Trump policy, along with another $25 million by the Senate leaders to protect immigrants from deportation, detention, and wage theft. This deal is expected to be voted on. You guys, they spend billions and billions and billions, tens of billions of dollars on free health care for illegal immigrants. Meanwhile, their veterans, their seniors struggle. Children are going hungry. But what do they care, right? As long as they get to keep their voting illegal immigrants. So stupid to me. However, not everyone agrees with the plan. California Assembly Minority Leader James Gallagher criticized the deal, calling it a slush fund against Trump. He stated, at a time when California should be laser focused on responding to the devastating wildfires in LA, Democrat lawmakers' priority is creating a $50 million slush fund to hire government lawyers for hypothetical fights against the federal government and to defend criminal illegal immigrants from being returned to their own country. Why is it that Democrats can never focus on doing what's best for the American people? Instead, all they focus on is doing what's best for Ukraine, doing what's best for illegal immigrants, and doing what's best to keep themselves in power. I, for one, am totally sick of it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that Gavin Newsom should be recalled? If you do, type Y for yes. And if you don't, type N for no. I definitely want to hear from you guys. All right. Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. Also, we're almost to 1.9 million amazing truth seekers. Please help me get over the line. And if you love this channel, please hit the like button and share it because it helps more than you would even guess. So please help the channel. I love you guys. Stay amazing. And I will see you on the next video.